You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall.
Let us start seated, whatever comfortable seat you like here. But just ensure that your spine is upright and comfortable. It's not rigid, but it's relaxed yet firm. Take the hands down to the knees, palms are face up, and just let there be a natural fold at the elbow in towards the waistline. And the shoulders start to fall nice and heavily and softly down the back. And then just notice where the head is. Is the chin dipping down or is it lifted? Make sure that the neck follows the path of the length of your spine as well. And make sure that the shoulders are nicely over the hips. And if you struggle to keep the spine up straight, maybe the legs need to go out in front of you. So you can choose to close the eyes or take a soft gaze down in front of you, but start to become present with your presence on the mat. Start to focus in your inner awareness of your body as you just sit here. Nothing to do other than breathe. The breath comes in and out easily, comfortably, equally through the nostrils, balancing left and right channels. And the breath is not forced in any way at all. It just comes to you very, very naturally, as it would do every single second of your day. And if you find yourself starting to become a little bit more distracted of other thoughts popping into the head, just return back to you sitting on the mat, feeling your body awareness as you sit and ground, and your breath. This reading is from the book Awakening the Spine by Vanda Scaravelli, The Song of the Body. There is a way of doing yoga poses or asana without the slightest effort. Movement is the song of the body. Yes, the body has its own song from which the movement of dancing arises spontaneously. In other words, the liberation of the upper part of the body, the head, neck, arms, shoulders, and trunk, produced by the acceptance of gravity in the lower part of the body, the hips, legs, knees, and feet, is the origin of lightness and dancing as is expression. And this song of the body, if you care to listen to it, is beauty. We could say that it is part of nature. We sing when we are happy, and the body goes with it like waves in the sea. So today I want you to imagine your own song of your body as it moves through the asanas, being guided by your breath, focusing on your inner awareness and your response to the sensory messages coming from the spinal cord. And as always, it's your choice to invite any intention for your practice. You might just wish to just come to the mat and just be and not have a a true focus or true intention to work towards, but if you like, then think of that song of the body, the ability of the upper body and the lower body to move fluidly like a wave. Start to gently bring some movement back into the hands, so wiggling the fingers. Moving into the wrists, circling through the wrist joint. Getting the elbow moving and starting to come up into the shoulders. So lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, exhaling the shoulders back down. Breath in lifts up, breath out rolls down. See if you can draw a big circle in the air with the top of your shoulder. And let's go the other way. It's always quite weird for me. I always feel like I'm pulling a funny face when I go the other way. Yeah, so you go back, up, forward, and down. And then on that last one, just scoop the fingers around into the front of you, interlace the fingers, and just create this big, expansive, spacious circle in front of you. So you're pushing the knuckles away, rounding through the shoulders, scooping up through the belly, and dropping chin towards the chest. Feel the stretch through the upper neck, upper back, and also coming down between the shoulders. Drop the head a little bit more. Nice and slowly drop the hands. Keep the body where it is and relax the shoulders. Now keep walking the hands forward along the mat so that you start to come into a little bit more of a deeper fold. So you might just stay upright, still pulling the belly back towards the spine. Chest might be a little bit open, or you can drop the chest and keep the sit bones grounded. That's the important thing. Don't go for depth over compromise of the movement. So keep the sit bones grounded. Let the head drop a little bit more, breathing out. And then walk the hands back, come back into that upright posture. Take the hands back behind you, fingertips face forward, elbows draw in towards one another. You roll the shoulders back and down and start to lift the chest, but lift from the lower back. So there's no compression through those lower lumbar vertebra there, and you might lift the gaze rather than compress the back of the neck. Don't drop the head. Keep the length into the spine, the cervical spine, those 7 vertebrae at the top. Keep lifting, lifting, lifting. Keep breathing, breathing, breathing. Try not to let the shoulders creep up towards the ears and bring them center. Take the feet, if you've got cross-legged, change them over. Let's go with the opposite leg in front. So interlace the fingers, push away, scoop the belly, drop the chin towards the chest. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. You're rounding across the back. Let the chin drop a little bit more. Feel the stretch through the back of the neck. Release the hands down and then start to continue going deeper, deeper, deeper. And notice if anything has changed because you've got the opposite leg in front. Keep grounding through the sit bones, breathing into any tight areas. Drop a little bit more on your exhale. Relax head. Give all of the weight there. Navel pulls back to spine. Spine is rounded. Nice and slowly rolling up and sweeping those arms back. Oh, good morning, Wesley. Hello. Are we going to be nice and well behaved today? Okay, come and do yoga. Let's come into that little back extension. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the chest. Elbows draw in towards one another. Fingertips are facing forward. And again, lift from the lower back up into the middle back. And then the neck is nice and long and strong. You're not dropping the head weight back. Looking up towards the sky or looking forward. Pushing the chest, opening up across the collarbones. And bring it back into center. Lift the knees, place them in front of you. A little teepee twist here. So keeping the knees nice and parallel. Take the left hand across the right knee. Right hand goes back behind you. Opening up the chest to the side. Make sure that both knees are parallel. Both feet are facing forward. And again, lifting up the lower back, opening across the thoracic spine, the mid-back, and the chest. Your choice, of course, is to look back towards the shoulder or the front hand or your toes, which are now being tickled by Wesley. Bring yourself back into center. Remember not to hold the breath in any of these postures. We're continuing to find that steady and even breath. Going to the other side, you use the right arm as leverage over the left knee. Make sure the right knee does not pull forward. And choosing to look back or to look forward. Continue the breath. Deep, slow, long spinal breaths from root to crown. As you breathe in, crown to root. As you breathe out, bring yourself back into center. Extend the legs out in front of you. If that's a little tricky for the hamstrings, just bend the knees. Keep the spine nice and straight. We don't want to be releasing the spine back here, but sitting up tall. These are our side stretches, lateral flexions. So keeping right hip grounded, lifting up, right arm reaching up and over. You can have a block here with the hand, or you might be able to come down onto the forearm. But coming down onto the forearm doesn't compromise the lateral flexion or the extension stretch. Remember, pull down, right sit bone. Move the shoulder joint there. Make sure that it's not too tight up against the ear. Reach the fingers over the head. Big side stretch. Open up the rib cage. And breathe in, come back into center. That was a big morning stretch. Whew. Lift up. Exhale over. Remember, keep that buttock grounded on that side. Make sure the shoulder's nice and free. Reach the arm over. Remember, navel pulls back to spine. Roll open the rib cage. And bring back into center. Swing the legs around behind you. Let's come to tabletop. Hello. So let's get into that fluid movement of the spine like a wave, finding neutral tabletop here. Lifting navel up to spine. Dropping belly, coming into cow pose, looking forward, not arching into the neck. Keep the neck long and lengthened. And then exhaling, rounding through each and every vertebra, pushing away through the palms, rounding shoulder blades. Dropping chin to chest at the last point. So if you imagine the spine is moving from tail to top of the base of the skull, and then base of the skull to tail. Close the eyes. Let this be the start of your song today, the song of the body. Sing of beauty. And last time, come back into neutral. Let's do a little bit of spinal strengthening. Right leg goes back behind you. Lift up through the abdominals. Lengthen left arm, right leg away. Push into right palm and left shin. Exhale, draw elbow in towards the knee. Come into the center. Reach it out as you breathe in. 4 of these. Stabilize. 3 and 4. Place the hand down, change sides, left leg goes back, right arm comes forward. Keep lifting up through the navel, lifting up on the extension as you breathe in, exhaling, curling, rounding, tucking. Extend, extend, extend. Reach fingers and toes away. All the way to the end of your inhale. On that reach, folding in all the way to the end of the exhale. No, 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 no biting, no biting. No, 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 no playing. Don't attack me. No. Little fighter. Let's take a wide leg child's pose. I'm getting eaten. Wesley, stop it, be nice. No. Let's find child's pose, lengthening the spine out. Not having an evil cat attacking you. Relief, he's gone. Exhale, melt the chest here. Let the head come down to the mat or onto a block or a cushion. Reach the fingers forward as you lift up. Extend the spine away from the legs and then reach it down. Did you get an extra inch or so as you reach forward? Pull the hips back towards the heels. Draw navel to spine. Lift up. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Fingers come closer to the edges of your mat at the top. Exhale. Take a moment to pause and breathe, feeling the spine. And let's bring ourselves up to tabletop, tucking the toes, coming into downward facing dog, pedaling out through the knees, releasing through the feet, the toes, and the ankles. Yeah, and just find the freedom of movement first of all. Don't have to go into any deep stretches here. Being aware of the body, how it starts to respond when you start to go upside down. Twisting one side and the other when you're ready. Thinking about that nice inverted V shape. Pressing chest back towards the thighs. Lifting abdomen, ears come between the biceps. Releasing heels towards the back of your mat. They don't have to come down. If you struggle here, bend the knees. Rather get the belly, the chest down towards the thighs than have tight, painful hamstrings pulling. Let's come into our connecting vinyasa. So we come forward into plank. We exhale the knees, chin and chest between the thumbs. The elbows tuck in towards the midline of the body and back towards the hips. Release all the way to the mat. The hands come underneath the shoulders or by the rib cage, preparing to inhale for cobra. Roll the shoulders back and down. Pull those elbows tight in and back towards the hips. Breathe there. Press all 10 toes into the mat. Exhale. Tuck the toes. Push back through plank, tabletop, or straight up into your downward facing dog. Looking forward to the front of the mat. Start to walk the feet. Coming towards the front, we're going to come into a forward fold with bent knees. Make sure the toes and the ankles are relaxed here, so give those a little bit of freedom. And then look forward into your half lift. You can always have a block here underneath the hands. Draw up the abdomen, nice long spine, chest is open, crown of the head reaches forward, sit bones reach back. Now bend the knees, get the belly, the chest all the way down over the thighs, and let the head relax here. So we're in a deep, deep knee bend. Take hold of the elbows. Sway out left and right. Notice which part of the body is swaying here. Is it from the waist? Is it the hips? Are you moving the hips left and right? Or is it just the waist and the upper body? Come into stillness. Let the hands relax. Let the head release. Now start to push through the feet, lifting up through the back of the legs, starting to straighten through the knees. Don't come too deep. We have yet to warm up fully. Try to keep the belly, the chest as close to the thighs as you can. Weight is in the toes. From here, bend the knees, reach the arms forward. Nice long spine there. Prepare to come up to stand. And let's find mountain pose, Tadasana. So standing at the front of your mat, making sure that you're stacking the joints, shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. Toes can be together, heels slightly apart, or you might have the feet in parallel. So, having this space between the chin and the sternum here, relaxing through the rib cage, fingertips are reaching downwards. Let's come into some rounds of sun salutations. Sivananda sun salutations. Hands come into the heart center. Every posture and transition has a breath. We inhale to our upward salute. We exhale, fold it forward. We inhale to half lift. We exhale, step right leg back into your low lunge. Keep the arms down for a moment, just drop into the hips. Then we come into the connecting vinyasa, which is your plank on your inhale. Exhale, knees, chin, chest, all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 breaths there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step the right leg between the hands, 1 or 2 steps. Drop into that nice low lunge. Keep the hands down for the moment. Lift the chest. Nice. Rock it forward. Step to the front. Full exhale, breath into your fold. And press through the feet. Inhale. Lift yourself back up to stand. Hands come down through the center line of the body on your breath out. So each round we increase the intensity, building it up like gears of a car. Breathing in, lift up to your upward salute. Exhale, swan dive or fold forward with bent knees. Inhale into your half lift. Hands can come to block, shins or onto the mat. Exhale, step back, left leg this time. Find that low lunge. Open chest, drop hips. Hands come down to frame the front foot. Inhale back into plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Keep the hips nice and high. Elbows tuck in. Release all the way. Inhale, cobra. Press back, downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Step left leg forward. Find the nice low crescent lunge there. Keep that back toe tucked for the moment. Good. Step it forward as you breathe out into the fold. I'm hoping these get easier. Inhale. Press up. Come up to stand. And exhale, hands back into the heart center. So increasing intensity. We're going to include the arms on your crescent lunge, lifting up. Inhale, back salute. Press pelvis forward. Look to the sky. Bring yourself forward before you fold. Exhaling. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back. Right leg. Low lunge, but the arms lift up. You can, of course, drop to the top of the foot there. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Reach the hands down. Step back into plank on your inhale breath. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin all the way. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's find 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release the heels a little bit more. Inhale. Draw the navel in. Exhale. 3rd breath. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, bend the knees, step the right through. Low lunge, but lifting up the arms. Inhale here. And the exhale steps forward into your fold. Inhale, press through the feet, bring yourself up to stand. And the exhale, hands come down by the center line of the body. Take a moment's pause before the last and final time on the left, increasing intensity. Once more, inhale, lift up to your salute. See if you get deeper back bends. Come forward into center before the fold on your breath out. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step back left. Find that nice low crescent lunge. Lifting up the arms as you breathe in. Exhaling, hands down. Inhale, plank. Lower knees, chest, chin. Keep the hips nice and high, looking forward. Releasing down, rolling up to cobra as you breathe in. Exhale, down dog. Find 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3rd breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees. Look forward. Left leg steps through. Lifting the arms up. Exhale. Sinking. Hands come down. And exhale at the front. Inhale. Press through the feet. Lift yourself up. All the way into stand. And the hands come back into the heart center. Take a moment to release the hands back down by the sides of the body into mountain pose, Tadasana. As the breath steadies itself and the heart rate begins to come back to normal. Let's come into our first posture. This one is either a rabbit or a headstand prep. So coming down to kneel. Rabbit, your head can be on a block or onto the mat. I'll show you the rabbit pose. The hands come back behind you, either taking hold of the heels or by the side. Head comes down and you start to roll up through the spine. Be careful not to push too much pressure into the neck there. That's your rabbit pose, or supported headstand is just your prep. Head comes down. And you can tuck the toes. We're just going to stay there for today. So choosing options that work for you. Keep lightness into the crown of the head. Find the breath. Staying and holding, working with the posture. Again, visualizing the spine. It's rounded through rabbit, straight in your supported headstand. Coming out slowly, we're going to go back into child's pose. So take your time just to get there and then rest the head down. Take a deep breath out, soften, relax. It's important for the postures of recovery as well. Bring the hands forward if they were by the spine, by the hips, and start to roll up through the spine. Come into kneeling, sitting nice and tall. Notice how you feel. Hopefully the spine's a little bit warmer after the sun salutations. Let's swing the legs around in front of us. Come all the way to the front of your mat and then draw the knees in towards the chest as you lie back down. Start to massage through the lower spine here, circling the knees one way and the other, opening up just a little bit into the hips. Not too much hip work today. Most of it's all spinal related. So choosing your option of supported shoulder stand or shoulder stand, of course. So supported shoulder stand, you might have a block or a bolster underneath the spine, but if you want, you can place the hands at the base of the spine. Keep the knees bent if you like, or just take the legs up towards the sky, or they come back just a little bit. Now, the important thing to remember here is with any reclined work, inversions, bridge, plow, shoulder stand, is that your head stays looking up towards the sky. Don't turn your head towards the screen. Keep looking up towards your toes. Draw navel into spine, lift the hips, and the fingers might come to the base of the spine a little bit more as you draw those elbows inwards. Find the breath. Keep the neck nice and long so that you can breathe. Nice and slowly, lower the feet behind the head. They can widen, of course. They can bend at the knee. And just relax them down into plow, still supporting the spine as you need. Or you can release the hands down to the mat. If the legs are open a little bit wider, it helps you breathe a little bit easier, and it makes the posture a little bit easier. Slowly use the hands as brakes on the mat. Roll down through the spine. And take the legs straight up to the sky. Heels are above the hips. Just stay there for a moment. Relax the shoulders, upper, middle back, lower back pulls in. We're going to lower the legs nice and super slowly, pulling navel to spine, spine to mat. Try not to take the tension into the face or the upper body. See how slow you can lower those legs. If the back starts pulling away, navel to spine, spine to mat, until you come all the way down. Relax the feet out to the side, relax the arms out to the side. Take that full Shavasana moment. Give the hips a little wiggle left and right. Let's come into fish pose. So hands come underneath the buttocks. Palms are face down, thumbs touch in the center. Extend the legs long, elbows tuck underneath the waist, and look along the body. Press up into the palms and the forearms to come up into fish first of all. So we're not collapsing the chest here. We are pushing chest open, drawing shoulders back. Nice. Now, if that feels comfortable, you can look up towards the sky. But again, the neck is long and strong and not dropping back behind you yet. Keep opening up those shoulders, collarbones, chest, upper back. Push into the palms. Push into the elbows. Find the breath. And nice and slowly bring head back into center. Widen the elbows. Lower it down. Take a moment's rest back in Shavasana. And then look to the right. Chin drops to the right shoulder. Look to the left. Chin drops to the left shoulder. Bring your head back into center. The hands come back behind the head, interlacing. And then draw the elbows together and pull the upper body away from the mat. Direct the elbows towards the toes along the body, looking towards the toes. Point the toes, stretch, stretch, stretch. Pull navel to spine, spine to mat. And release. Draw knees in, roll and massage out. Let's take time to roll over to one side and gently bring yourself up to seated. Sitting nice and tall, thinking of the spine is long. And we take a forward fold here, folding and hinging from the hips, nice flat back. We are not rounding the shoulders here or rounding the upper back, keeping nice and straight. Folding from the hips, maybe the fingers take hold of the toes, the ankles, the calves. If you feel yourself rolling, open chest, lengthen spine. Nice. Draw navel back, relax shoulders, press chest forward. Remember that apple space between the chin and the sternum. So make sure you still have that nice long neck. Lift the chin just a little. If this is really tight for the spine or the hamstrings, please soften out a little bit. You may have gone too far, or bend at the knees. Exhaling. Maybe going a little deeper. And release out of it. Come back upright. And then swing the legs around behind you. Come all the way down into your prone postures. Head comes to the back of the hands. Big toes touch here. And just let the heels fall out to the sides. Sway the hips left and right. Just give them a little wiggle. Relax the belly for now. Soften through the lower back. Going to come first into Cobra. Widening the feet if you need to. Try not to let the heels roll in towards one another, but keep all 10 toes touching, pressing down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. We're going to start to roll the shoulders back and down, tuck the elbows in, and just lift a few inches away from the mat so that you can then take the hands off of the mat and you're supporting yourself with your spinal muscles and your core strength. The glutes will naturally engage to support you here as well. Hands are off the mat. You're lifting, 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 and breathing. Press the feet into the mat. Calves engage, back of the legs engage. Lower the hands. Now push up just a little bit more. and lower. Hands come underneath the forehead, big toes touch, heels fall out, sway out. Locust, Shalabhasana, widening the feet, keeping all 10 toes touching. Hands come back behind you. You can either keep the hands by the side of the body reaching back behind you, or you can interlace the fingers and press the knuckles back, lifting up the upper body. Maybe the feet lift too. So find locust. Try to pull the balls of the feet together, not the heels. Lifting, 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 breathing. And slowly lower. Take the cheek to the mat, leave the hands where they are. Sway out through the hips. Left hand comes underneath the forehead. Right hand takes hold of the right foot. Lengthen that in towards the buttock. Exhale. Quad stretch here. Lengthen hip flexor downwards. Thigh away from you. And just take the hand on the inside of your foot, so you flip the wrist. Palm of the hand takes hold of the ball of the foot. And then reach the left arm forward here. So nice straight arm out in front of you in line with shoulder height. You can lift up the upper body here and start to push the foot away. So you come into this prone dancer. Both sit bones are grounding. You're drawing that right knee in towards the center line. It's not going out to the side of your mat. Push the foot into the hand and lower it down. Come back into neutral. Head to the back of the hands. Sway out. Right hand stays underneath. Left hand goes back to take hold of left foot. Draw heel in towards the buttock. Lengthen hip flexor. And exhale. You can stay here, or you can extend that right arm forward, changing the grip on the foot, coming on the inside, so just flipping the wrist faces outwards, and then start to lift up the upper body. You might just stay there with the leg down, that's okay. Or you can press the foot into the hand, lifting the thigh away. Keep hip bones grounded here. Lifting up. Nice and slowly, lower thigh, release foot. Bring hands back underneath the head. Sway out through the hips. Take both hands back to take both feet. You can hold onto the heels or the toes. Make sure the feet are nice and parallel with the hips. You can flex or point, coming into a bow pose, Dhanurasana. Lifting upper body, opening chest. Maybe the thighs lift as well. Breathe, smile, relax the facial expression. Come out when you are ready. Lower it down. Hands stay by the hips, turn on the left cheek. Sway out through the hips. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press back through tabletop. Find a few rounds of cat and cow. Take a few moments there for the body just to think about stuff that it's done, realign. Maybe you have a bit more spinal mobility in the flexion and the extensions. Pull back to a wide leg child's pose, head on the top of the hands. Keep the chest away from the mat for the moment. Nice long spine here. Relax the hips back towards the heels. Slow, deep breaths. Starting to walk the hands back towards the knees. As you roll up through the spine, come to the back of the mat and find a kneeling pose. Take a few moments to become more upright again once we've been in our prone, on our belly postures. Relax the shoulders. Swing the legs around in front of you. Let's come into our half spinal twist. Left leg extends. Right leg can either come across the body or it might just stay on the inside. It can come by the thigh or it can come by the calf, but make sure that that right buttock stays down. Take the left arm across, either hugging or using the elbow as leverage, and the arm might reach up to the sky. Let's find a twist there. Get the belly free of that right thigh. Make sure that right foot is facing forward, grounded. Big toe is pulling down off your right foot. The left foot is extending towards the front of the mat. Leg is active. Bring yourself back through center. Let's do just a little opposition twist. So just go to the other side. You can hold on to the ankle there or the underside of your arch of the right foot. Bring back into center and change legs. So extending that right leg along. Make sure it's active. Left foot comes across. Pull down big left toe. Get the belly free of the thigh into the rotation and either hugging that left knee or using the elbow as leverage. The hand behind you is just nicely placed there just to create that twist through the spine. There's not much rotation in the lower lumbar section. Most of the rotation comes from the thoracic here, and also if you're looking back over that shoulder in the cervical spine. Bring yourself back into center, opposition twist. Take the hand underneath the arch or hold onto the calf. Open the chest out to the opposite side. Long spine, relax shoulders. Shoulders are nice and level. So maybe the left shoulder might have lifted or the right. Make sure the chest is nice and flat to the side of your mat. Bring yourself back into center. Release the legs and swing them around behind you. Tucking the toes. And let's come into a downward facing dog from there. Exhaling. Notice now, how does your downward facing dog feel? Pedal out through the back of the legs. Releasing both heels together on your exhale, pressing chest back towards the thighs. Navel is lifting in. And just walking the hands and feet together, either at the back, the front, or in the center of the mat, doesn't really matter. Just bring yourself into full forward fold. Feet can be wide or together. Lift up through the spine into your half lift. Remember, hinging from the hips. Exhale, belly, chest down over thighs. Let the head relax. Take the hands behind you if that feels comfortable to take the elbows, the forearms towards the calves, and that tries to keep you to pull in towards your fold, keeping chest and belly in towards the thighs. Relax the head and the neck. Let those become heavy. Crown reaches down towards the mat. From here, release the hands and take time. Come up to stand. Hands can be on the shins or the thighs. Let's step into triangle pose. So left leg comes forward, right leg goes back. Find the position of your feet first of all. Start to notice where the hips are facing. If the hips are facing forward or are they to the side, try and draw that right hip back. Arms lift up. And push the hip back behind you. So you're extending the left rib cage over the front thigh. Reach over and long. And then the hand can come either to the thigh, to the calf, or to the shin. But it just rests there. So opening up the chest and the torso to the right side of your mat. Maybe the gaze goes up towards the upper hand. But think about the wrist and the shoulder being in a line on your upper arm and the wrist and the shoulder being in line on your lower arm. You have strength in the underside of your rib cage. Left side is strong. Right side is stretching. Draw those inner thighs together. Great holds, nice and slowly. Press through the feet. Engage the core. Bring yourself up to stand. Turn the toes inwards. Take the hands to the hips. Lengthen the belly, lengthen the spine. Press the chest forward into a nice forward fold here. Wide-legged forward fold. Take the hands to the mat and then exhale. Toes are turning inwards, heels are turning outwards here. Bend into the knees should you need to. Take a few breaths. Hands come back up to the hips. Lengthen the crown of the head away. Lift up abdomen and press through the feet. Bring yourself back up to stand. Turn towards the other foot. So right foot is in front, preparing for triangle. Lifting arms, relaxing shoulders. Push the back hip away from you. Reach over and long of your front leg. Hand comes down. Thigh, calf, ankle, or on a block. Open the chest, expansive arms. Fingers reaching up, fingers reaching down. Strength in the right side of the body here. Keeping you stable, keeping you upright. Press through the feet. Engage the core to bring you back up. And then turn the feet in, heel toe into parallel. Bit different from when the legs are really quite far apart. Bring yourself back into the center. Circle the shoulders, come into mountain pose. And just feel the alignment now through the spine. So shoulders are over hips, hips are above heels. Chest is nice and open. You've got this gap between the chin and the sternum. Facial expression is relaxed and close the eyes. Now listen to how the body is talking to you. How do you feel? Oh, hi. You've come back. Hello. Let's come into dancer pose from here. This is our balance. So similar to how we did on the mat in prone. Hi, Wesley. Are you going to dance today? Let's stabilize through the right leg first of all. We're going to draw the left knee in towards the chest, standing tall. And then take that left foot back behind you in towards the buttock. Try and get both knees nice and parallel there. Remember, dancer pose is a back bend. It's a standing balance. It's an upper body opener, and it's strong posture through the whole body. Turn the hand on the inside of that foot. Now reach the arm forward. May just be shoulder height, and keep the chest lifted. As you lift the back leg, try not to dip the body too much down towards the mat. So find that beautiful dancer pose. Stay balanced, breathe, relax the face. A bit tricky for me to do this pose here because I haven't got the height. Nice and slowly, bring the knee back and release it down. Whew, that feels good actually after all the work we've just done on the spine. Stabilize through the left leg. Draw right knee in. Give it a big hug. Keep shoulders above the hips. Try not to lean back here. Very easy to do that, to counterbalance the weight of that leg. Take it back behind you. Heel to buttock. Lifting chest. Change the grip of the hand. It simply turns on the inside of the ball of the foot. Start to push the foot away. Keep the chest lifted. Fantastic. Open chest, open shoulder. Reach arm forward. Relax the gaze. Smile. Be that dancer. Song of the body. Nice and slowly. Knee comes back in. Release the foot. Stand on both feet. Come back into mountain pose. Notice how you feel. The heart rate might have increased a little. So slow that down with steadying, equal breaths. We're going to go second time around. Okay. Left leg comes in. Let's see if we get a little bit more stretch on our dancers. Take it back behind you, quad stretch. And then change the grip. Come into that dancer pose. Yeah, second time around. Oh, amazing feeling. Stay and hold the balance. Bring it back. And release. Second time feels great. We're almost there. Last and final time. It's okay, I'm not going to do a third one. So make sure the shoulders are above the hips, standing tall. Hug that knee in. Take the right heel to the buttock. Give that good old stretch here into the hips, hip flexor and the quad. Change the grip, push the hand, push the foot into the hand. Push the shin behind you, reach the fingers forward, lift the gaze, lift the chest. Beautiful. Breathe and balance. Well done. Bring it back. And relax back into mountain pose. Settle it down a bit. quite a few back bends, forward folds, rotations, lateral stretches, lifting the arms up, breathing in. Exhale, breathe it out. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step back. Last and final, connecting vinyasa, plank. Lower knees, chest, chin, down to the mat. Release all the way. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Stay there for 3 or 5 breaths, coming into your child's pose with the hands by the hips when you are ready. Deep, slow, long breaths. And relaxing down. Bring the hands back behind you. Let the head rest down onto the mat. Belly, chest over thighs. And really soften here through the spine. We've come all the way from the crown of the head right down to the tailbone. Through all of those postures today, we've moved through the spine. And we have listened to what our body has said on each and every posture. Listened to the song of our body. Slowly bring the hands forward. Roll up through the spine to kneeling. Heel upright. Just feel the spine is long, lengthened, strong. More mobile, more flexible. And free. Swing the legs around in front of you. Let's come all the way down onto our backs. If you need to pop on a jumper, please do. Gently draw the knees in towards the chest and just roll and massage out there. So just really connect now the entire spine from tailbone right up to the base of the skull. Make sure the neck is as long as the rest of the spine, and the neck will unlikely touch the mat. You will most likely have a little arching from the top of the thoracic to the base of the cervical. And for now, just imagine all of those vertebrae of the spine grounding, relaxing underneath you, the skeletal system that supports us, keeps us upright. And let's finish off with a lovely little waterfall or a dead bug pose. So legs go straight up towards the sky. Heels are in line with the hips. Drop all of that weight down in towards the pelvis. Gets heavier in towards the mat. Lift the arms up. Keep the shoulders nice and spread and spaced out underneath you. They're not pulling away, but the fingertips are reaching upwards. Drop all of the arm weight into the shoulder socket, just as you do with the legs, into the hip socket. A little bit of a test here. So the arms are going to go over the head as the legs lower down to the mat. So slowly, slowly, slowly. If that's too deep for the body, bend the knees. Pull navel into spine, spine into mat. See if you can lower the hands at the same time as the legs. I did not succeed in that. And then big stretch. Point the toes away, stretch the fingers back, big long body stretch. And then exhale. Hands come down by the side of the body. Feet widen. Come into Shavasana. Let the toes fall out to the sides of the mat. Natural rotation and opening through the hip sockets. Lift up the spine, spread the upper and the middle back down as you spread the shoulders out. Close the eyes, soften through the facial expression, and give in now to a complete letting go, releasing, relaxing, softening. So for a moment, tune inwards, steadying the breath first and foremost, bringing you into the present moment. And feel your presence as you lie here on your back, on your mat. And take that inner awareness into your own body, the song of your body. Listen to that song. Take a few deeper breaths. Bring your awareness back. Take time to bring some movement into the hands, the wrists, the toes, and the ankles. Moving the head left and right, just releasing any remaining tension in the neck. Lifting the arms up above the head, stretching the arms away, reaching the feet away, big long stretch through the spine and the legs. And then gently and softly draw those knees back in towards the chest. Last time today, roll and massage out. Give yourself some love after your practice. with a nice little back massage. Roll over to the right side. Take some time to gently press yourself back up to seated. Come into your most comfortable seated posture, maybe sitting on a block or a bolster. Bring the hands in towards the heart center as you relax the shoulders. Again, feeling this spine as long and strong and tall and lengthened and flexible now. Take a moment just to hear your body's messages. Sensory messages coming through the central nervous system, through the spinal cord, up into the thalamus of the brain. And remember your intention, the song of your body. Always listening to that song. It should be your favorite song on play constantly. Always thank yourself for your practice. I thank you. And namaste.